This is esports. You think esports? This is FTC.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Shoujou Senshi Senjyou Online. I'm Callisto, the host of this tournament. I'm going to be bringing you some Granblue fantasy versus action from the Midwest region. Joining me, as usual, my good buddies Zach in a Box and St. Cola. What's up, guys?
How you doing? How you doing?
The whole gang is here now. Mr. Worldwide is here to grace us with his presence once again. Welcome.
Had to fly back. Got to fly back for the boys.
We're assembled. You know what you got to do? I know you have like some luggage at home, right? You got to buy stickers for the online tournaments that you've done in other countries, and then put those on the luggage like you went there. I
should do that with the green screen and put it in the back, and I just have like stacks of luggage.
I think it'll work.
Oh.
You got to do like the Instagram, like the fake, like the Eiffel Tower behind you, green screened in and shit, taking selfies.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm back here for this week. I'm, wanting to see some more of that Midwest stuff going on. Good on them for putting up the Arc Revo tour, by the way. It'll be good to see Midwestern.
Presumably it looks like we're getting our own region, right? Midwest. Based on the groups that are in the graphic on who would be running it, we would think that there is going to be East, West, Midwest, and Southeast, but we're still waiting on details to come out of what that looks like. So before that, we still got our locals to run to prepare for the upcoming Arc Revo tour. Up first, we're going to have Super Saiyan Kid against Kilo. Kilo has been kind of storming back the last couple weeks, right? Like Marvin Pai has been charging on kind of taking Kilo's juice, taking that top spot for a couple weeks, but Kilo's come back really strong. Super Saiyan Kid, we talk about his growth, all the time, making his way as a young player, improving a lot. Posted his first on-stream win last week, actually, in a match. So, the results are coming from the grind. So we played in the Matchstick Melee thing the other day, and he tried to call me out with a Beelzebub pick. So not only is he continuing to grind on his Percival, but he's actually like starting to explore other characters and, the game itself a little bit deeper.
That's good.
But he's got a long hill to climb right now.
Yeah.
Kilo
and Kilo not messing around, just going straight to grand. We've seen him mess around with a couple characters, especially early on. But give him that respect. The Super Saiyan Kid and respecting that DP. He misses a safe jump.
A little early on the sweep to get the hard knockdown, but actually I take that back, because it was EX boot. He still got a hard knockdown, which is pretty good, right? It like salvages the situation on being able to maintain pressure even though you miss your ender.
Kilo in that corner was just walking back, looking for those with 5Hs, 2Ms, and we'll punish them.
He knows how to deal with this character, and that's why you can't be lacking, at certain ranges with Percival. You got to stay in there. The plus frames gets the EX Fireball, but the DP Kilo is doing it.
And Kilo, he faked patience, right, by blocking during the obvious plus frames after the M follow-up on the run, and then immediately DP'd the next gap, right? Nice. That's kind of a signature Kilo move there. Whiff in the corner, and if they jump out, he's always ready with that 2H. And a quick game one. Kilo looking pretty on point so far this morning.
Yeah, you could see that he was just throwing out boot there, and you realized that Super Saiyan Kid's reaction to that is jumping. And if you're not preemptively jumping, if you're reacting with jump, you're gonna get 2H by Grand. It's just a hard call out to try and neutral jump it to beat boot. And so one of the other things, you could try to be in range to block it where it's not plus. You can try to DP it, but neutral jumping is something that can get killed. But Super Saiyan Kid gets it.
Wow! Medium fireball on wake up. I'm wondering if that was a DP that didn't come out that just worked out because it's grand. All right, there's a big 5H. Nice spot dodge.
Wow. Sweep though.
Interesting.
On the other side.
They confirm, and we're back in the corner. Super Saiyan Kid's defense in the corner has definitely helped out. There it is.
Great patience, and then the reaction to the timer going down for boot.
Kilo with the DP right back, return, and EX
he missed.
Doesn't get the fireball.
Yeah, he missed this normal, the filler.
Wow.
The way that Kilo is playing is he knows that he needs to frustrate the other person, and and you can see a little bit of desperation from Super Saiyan Kid. So you got to figure out how to calm it down. Nice XTP, Oh, doesn't go for the stock up, but he will get this punish though.
That was
Right,
great.
good decision.
Doesn't choose to stock up.
Yeah,
Decide
he's
for
actually
Oki,
just
unless he
running the
warms up.
Oki every time.
Yeah.
I mean, he got 50% with no stocks, right? So at this point, it's working. Why not keep running the game?
Young man reactions, and with all that health, and also Skybound art, like you can play with that kind of situation where you
And
can
another reaction DP. And
Like
put
2
the
out of
controller
3.
down.
you know,
Damn, he's money with those.
Super Saiyan Kid's been asking questions recently about game planning, right? Like how do I formulate a game plan and how do I put it together? And one of the first pieces of advice we gave him, which is the first piece of advice you give every new fighting game player, is when something is working, you do not stop doing it until the opponent has proved that they'll stop it. And he saw that just running the pressure without stocking up was working up to that point, so he kept going.
They go for a fancy DP punish, and Kilo has Super Saiyan Kids on the rope.
Yeah, he didn't have DP available, and he held on to the meter wasn't going to kill anyways, but oh, there's a late 2H. I can't believe that still got it.
Yes, you can. It's Grand. And Kilo gonna take that.
Even Grant's
If
like,
I'm
good
Super
grief,
Saiyan
these
Kid-
buttons.
Man.
Yeah,
It's
one
Granblue
of-
Fantasy, bro.
Yeah, one of the things that Super Saiyan Kid, I see a lot of patience from him, and it's really, I like that game style. But Kilo is a pretty well, he can read into that, and when you're giving him so much space, you're just gonna start running you over, and that's kind of the pace that Kilo went for.
I just want to point out, so everyone's aware, because sometimes the context of Japanese doesn't come through. That is not like a JoJo yada yada out of Gran. That's more like Charlie Brown. That's a Charlie Brown good grief. That's more the tier that Gran is.
Damn, you gotta get really weeby with it. If I'm Super Saiyan Kid though, you'll look at that like second to last round and analyze what you did right and take more from that. Because it's always good to take the things that you did wrong, but it's also good to look at matches that you did something right and say, listen, how did I run this game plan? How did I do this?
Yeah, that's true. It's always good to, I tell players this a lot. It's like, and especially players that are asking us questions, and we're kind of ragging them, like, oh, you should do this better, but take one thing that you did do right in matches, and because it can be disheartening, and especially even as someone like Super Saiyan Kid who asks a lot of questions, very studious, it could be hard to just keep thinking, okay, negative things. So
it's also hard to focus on one thing at a time sometimes, right? When you're trying to take in so much information at once and you're trying to learn so many different aspects of fighting games at one time, sometimes you gotta kind of step back and pick a category to make sure you have down first before you open up and try to worry about everything at once.
Right.
Like sometimes you just got to focus on anti-airs,
right.
And that's all you do for the day, right? Like you go online, you play matches, and your only goal is anti-air every jump in.
Yeah, don't worry about those losses or those wins. You just worry about evolving your game plan, evolving yourself. As a player, that's so hard to do, especially at a low level. And even when you get up higher, to be like, I don't really care about the points or what my win ratio, lose ratio. There's you'll talk to top players and they'll play ranked. They're like, I don't care, man. I'm just trying out stuff. I don't really. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about boosting my rank or whatever. I'm not about that life. I just want to play and evolve.
I'm living in B rank. That's why everyone gets smoked in open lobby night by me. See me on the boat.
Yo, the boat. Shoutouts to the boat.
That's how I know I'm doing well, because the #1 comment I get on the boat is, "Oh, you're not B rank, huh?" I'm like, yeah.
yeah, bro. I ain't.
Shoutouts to the boat. Skyfair Gatherings Tuesdays on PS4.
Yeah, big shout out to SQ for organizing Skyfair Gathering nights. Tuesday nights, open lobby, New York lobby 1 for the East Coast and the Midwest for PS4, and then Wednesday nights the same deal for PC. So it's a good time, right? Because I think that's one of the few things that's wrong with open lobby is, you'll go and you'll be like, oh, nobody's in it, I'm not going in there. And it's sometimes just a timing thing, right? There's been times where I've gone in, nobody was there, and I'm like, oh, well, nobody's in lobby, I guess I'll go play another game. And then Tibola is like, 15 minutes later, he's like, yo, there's 30 people in the lobby, it's wild. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, sometimes it's just a cycle. It's like, oh, there's nobody in the lobby, but there's 10, 15 other people seeing that lobby. It's like, oh, there's nobody here. And so, yeah, that's the hard part. It's a little bit, but because of the Skyfair gatherings and the community has stayed really close-knit with all these events and exhibitions, that we've had opportunities to like showcase our game and have a lot of players to play with.
All right, so up next, we're going to be getting our next match. It's going to be Seth Series against Zach in a box. Zach going to be playing and commentating at the same time here. Zach had mentioned, I believe, did you go with Fairy? Okay.
I actually forgot to switch.
Oh, okay. So Zach's been
I'll go
playing.
with it.
He's been playing Jita and Zeta as well, and he set a goal today of trying to play all 3 characters in tournament. So if he was going to pick a matchup to play Fairy, and he definitely picked the favorable one.
Yeah, this was a good, good sign for him. It's so weird that you have this strong character and yet you want to mess around with other characters. But listen, no big deal.
No,
Let's see
you know
what
what?
Seth
You know what
can
it
do.
is? It's those. It's like the princess in Aladdin. Like sometimes you got to go see how the people in the slums live, right? Zach's just taking the carpet ride, trying to see the other side.
Where the grass ain't so green. But Seth Series, the thing about Ladiva is like she gets her game plan going. She can melt you no matter what the character, but it's not happening right here. EX, oh, nice call. The jump back, the fade away.
Yeah, and Seth, you can see Seth fishing with the sweep, and it's like it's not as mashy as it appears, right? Because the sweep has the same priority as a heavy, while all of Fairy's crouching moves have the priority of lights. So that is going to just hard crush anything Fairy throws out on the ground, and that can start the entire round. You can see here that, 30% of Fairy disappeared pretty quickly off of one sweep. And now Ladiva just needs to get in a time or two. Ooh, both misjudged the throw spacing.
There we go, gets the throw. Oh, the heavy, the counter hit too.
I didn't think I'd get it.
Gotta believe. But yeah,
nice
like you
DP
said,
on the
like,
gap.
all you need is one chance.
So that is, oh my God, big trade on GG.
Up light. This is brutal. I mean, Seth has always proclaimed how much he hates this matchup. Has looked at other answers.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get in one. That's the big thing is you have to hit Fairy twice, right? You have to hit her the first time just to get started, and then at that point you have to either bait a DP or get her to throw out, an uncanceled sweep. Oh God! So
I'm so sorry, Seth.
Yeah, no, that was a correct call out. It's just the range of the non-EX is a little shy for catching the jump out, but you can see that, right? Like Seth's head is in the match. He's making the right call outs. It's just the tools were not there for him. All right, there's a good roll. It's going to get started here. Finishes the link into the hard knockdown, empty jump, medium SPD. Yep, going to get a chunk here.
Start the washing machine.
All right, yeah, there's the block on the EX and the standing reset.
Zach answering back, okay. The push back.
And there's the counter hit. That's going to close it out. And that's what we're talking about, right? Like she just has to get started and get a couple of small hits in neutral can begin the snowball downhill. See if Seth can get another one. Really good job mixing up his approach last round.
Yeah, but Zach in the box, though, mixing up his approach on offense, rotating those offensive decisions, but now Seth Series is in. How's he going to make the most of this?
Yeah,
it's a sweet hard knockdown. But called out.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay, right? You don't get punished. You didn't get punished for it, so either way, it was a good read.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit of a spike there, but both players live in. Oh! That might have been a little too far for the sweep link. That was like max range of 2L. All right, Zach trying to put up the wall with buttons here. Going to get the hard knockdown into GG. There's the instant overhead. Seth was looking for the grab.
Oh, man.
Seth's still living, though. Zach does have full meter, so install is available, or he can be looking for a counter hit.
Well,
now
he's dead, yeah.
I keep missing super step.
Slightly lower fairy health means that this should finish, and Seth evening up the score.
All right, the adjustments are there. Little falls here. The scramble situations kind of favoring Seth a little bit more.
I mean, that's kind of your goal as the grappler, right? Especially against Fairy, you would consider a control character, right? Like her goal is to just make you not allowed to move, and you want to create a scrambly situation to where Fairy can't take the time to think of what the correct tool to use in the situation is, and that's when she starts making mistakes. Because she has every tool in the box, but you still have to know the right one to pull out for the situation.
glass cannon as well, so you gotta be careful, right? And now here's a pickup from Seth. EX.
Oh, he didn't believe in the second headbutt, but he is going to get the reset into medium SPD here.
Corner position, call out though. Yeah, but like you said, you don't really get punished on grabs as much. Like you look at other games, and
especially
they work on command grab.
Fairy's jump is very floaty, right? She has that great JH, but if she's not ready to throw it out right away. All right, there were 3 hits of auto combo. This is going to be close. It might be it though. All right, just a hair. Oh, made it to DP, and there's the 2M punish, and look at the turnaround. Seth is on match point.
And that max range that he was at too, like he knew what was coming. Seth says with the smart stuff, wrinkles in the brain. Oh, ducking though.
All right, first hit goes to Zach. That's gonna be an unblockable. Yep.
That's anti-air.
Oh, got caught with the roll because JH reaches far enough down. Keep in mind that rolls, they're not based on property, right? In terms of what they go through. It's not that they go through mids, it's that they only have a hurt box below the waist. So even if something is a high, if it reaches far enough down to touch their legs, that's gonna hit a roll.
Final game, final round. Zach, Seth, both looking super strong.
All right, there's the
Zach's acclimating.
And Zach mostly playing safe. Oh, that's a big counter hit. A little too far to get the sweep knockdown, but finds the hit on the Oki. Gonna get the hard knockdown again. What's the mix? Caught him jumping. Zach trying to find some space to breathe here. Seth trying to keep on him.
Back.
Nice patience from Seth here.
Good.
Oh, that was a big roll, just shy of the punish.
Back jumping, no confirm off of that. Does get one off of this.
Okay, this is anyone's round right now. Keep in mind, this is match point, both players.
2H, we gotta be careful with the whips.
Good roll.
On deck.
Gonna get it in. Caught him trying to jump out, but that's a big miss. But Zach wasn't ready with the punish.
Oh no!
Zach holding on to his meter. He does have install available, so Seth, if he gets pinned down by anything for a moment, he's gonna have to hold the wall mix up for a little bit. So I think the worst thing that can happen for Seth right now is for GG to get out. Oh, but Zach letting it rip on the gap. Yeah, that was definitely betting the entire round, but good stuff to Seth. I mean, we're not exaggerating how difficult of
Very difficult.
a matchup that is, and you can see that, you know, he understands what he needs to be looking for, and he's patient enough to wait it out. You know, and that requires making those hard reads of DPing a block string. So good stuff. Zach moving on in winners, though. That's going to take us to our next match. We're going to have Marvin Pie and Rogue coming up. Marvin will be interesting to see if he picks Matera or Fairy.
I mean, in this match, like you said, he picked Matera last week against you in losers finals because that's a player versus player.
Yeah. That's something him and I have talked about, that I personally feel like I'm weak against Matera, and he knows that I know how to fight Fairy very well. So that could have been a personal pick rather than him preferring Matera against Catalina. And we can see here he's going with Fairy against Rogue.
Yeah, and like Rogue, last time I played Fairy versus him, last week I played Zeta against him, he has no slouch. He knew the ranges to where he can put 2M out and try to punish with a whip, but man, Marvin's really good at sniping those with like light whip as well. Taking a chip there.
Marvin's whip punishing his Fairy is pretty solid, and you can see Rogue there. He's putting out the 2M first. That's sort of how this matchup works, is you can't whiff punish Fairy as Catalina, but you can counter hit her, and if you can find that 2M, you're going to put her in the corner from very far.
And it's exactly what happens. He has the favorable position now
he's
because of that 2M.
respecting the sweep range, and, you know, like, Fairy got out, but he has the lead. He got a knockdown, he got a little bit of damage, he built a shitload of meters, so it's not a terrible situation. Now he just has to find another knockdown.
And that's kind of what Marvin's doing, too, is using that light whip to kind of pull back.
Wow, for the GG? Wow. All right.
I want to say reaction, but great call out. Keep the plus frames on.
Marvin being patient here, and there's the counter hit on the sweep. That's exactly what we were talking about. As we mentioned in the prior match, Fairy, all of her crouching moves have lower clash priority. They're a lower attack level than most sweeps and 2Ms. So Cat 2M can always crush it on the way out. So it becomes this mind game of Cat trying to predict when Fairy's going to push a button versus Fairy waiting for Cat 2M and trying to whip punish it.
And you know, it's like, a character that makes Fairy feel uncomfortable to press sweep because of that 2M, that's huge. And even though it might not it's maybe closer to even, that's still huge in the match.
I mean, the risk reward for Catalina against Fairy Sweep is often in Catalina's favor, right? Like, yeah, you're going to get a hard knockdown, but you do have a DP as an option to scare the Fairy player into being more timid with their mix-ups. And as Catalina, if you put Fairy in the corner, you know, it's party time. Marvin's showing that too, the medium DP from mid-screen. It's a very, very difficult round opener to punish for Catalina. You basically have to be ready to EX thrust it.
Good DP right there. Marvin Pie got him stuck in the corner. Rogue. That dominance that we saw from Rogue is kind of dwindling because all the controls in Marvin Pie's favor.
And Marvin.
Now even more so.
Oh, missed the safe jump though.
Clip is going to do it.
Respecting the DP. Marvin gets out. Install still up for a tiny bit. Now it's expired.
And you see Marvin doesn't want to press anything.
Yeah, for sure. So I always feel like there needs to be some sort of they need to add a UI element that shows, you know, you have your amount of health that Fairy had, but they need to show another like shade of the health bar, which is how much Catalina can do in one hit. Because that's your real health, right? If you have 45% as Fairy, you don't have 45%, you have one Catalina hit. That's how much health you have.
Hey, maybe that's something you can work on.
And that's the win condition, right? Like you put him in the corner and it's over.
Yeah.
You got the bar to work with.
Rogue's still going with that game plan though. It's so hard to whiff punish, even as Fairy too.
You gotta add more though. It can't just be look for this whip punch because you see Marvin Pie, you know, adjusting. The economy of buttons a little bit different this time. EX Fireball, but not too much off of this.
Oh, you're right.
Nice
2-8.
Yeah,
even better. Oh.
Yeah, he still got something out of that, and he even got the reverse beat to tack a little bit of extra damage on. That was a really heads-up play from Marvin. Oh, he went for the 2M. He didn't think it would hit. There we go. This time he finishes the 2L into far 5L. Going to get some big damage here, and because of this knockdown, it's going to help recoup some of his timers, which makes it good use of just cashing out the super, right? Now he's going to have some available. EXDP should finish it.
And yeah, you notice Rogue, now that he's throwing out those 2Ms, so 5Hs in mid-screen, Marvin's scared to press some buttons, so he's running up a lot.
Ooh. And we saw Jita give Marvin a little bit of trouble in the past few weeks, and that's some of the reason why was the speed of the character just running and making like an uncomfortable spacing, and Rogue kind of recreating that. Catalina not as fast as a character, but a run's a run.
Yeah, and she has better tools to just like snipe a 2M.
Yeah, that's big too. She could also just pull up on the run in 2M. Like she could trick you into trying to push something to keep her out. Okay, escapes the GG with the EX thrust. Like that was expensive, but it's better than holding the GG pressure in the corner. Nice anti-air from Marvin.
Pick up. Yeah, Marvin finishes.
There's the low. It was a straight 50-50 mix-up between instant overhead or low, and Marvin guesses correctly.
Marvin on match point here, looking super solid. You know, Rogue finds those moments to kind of start the offense, but Marvin Pie, the control is just overall looking a little bit better.
Him switching up between whips and the light whip.
And he's being less active, right? When you have a life lead as Fairy, there's not a lot of reason to act first against Catalina.
See people back to mid-screen.
The hardest part, once GG's out, it's really risky to jump, and Marvin's been sniping all those jumps over those GG's now.
Since that first plan. And the GG, you got to work around that.
Something we've been talking with Marvin about is using the camera when you have GG out, right? If you're at mid-screen and you have them in what would be the corner at mid-screen and you get a GG on top of them, hold your ground. If you walk forward, they get to backwalk out of GG, but if you just stand there, they have to block, and then you're allowed to run up and apply pressure. Marvin closing things out. Tightly fought by Rogue, though.
Yes. One of those things, I think he just got too over-eager at some of those GGs, getting hit a lot over just jumping over pretty obvious GGs and getting anti-aired for it. But yeah, like you said, he was pulling up, he's using those 2Ms, those 5Hs mid-screen to really put some damage in, so good stuff to Rogue, but Marvin's going to move on.
All right, so up next, it's going to bring us to our last first-round match. It's going to be myself against Mars. Yes. Catalina against Soris. Mars and I have been playing a lot, like on lunch breaks and stuff during the week. Our hour of free time kind of line up pretty often, so it goes back and forth. Matchup, you know, probably character-wise, definitely in Catalina's favor. I would say she can punish a lot of things that other characters cannot against Soris, but Soris is just, you know, if you're correct with each move, he bullies and he steamrolls, and damage adds up in ways that you don't see while it's happening, right? Like, you take a couple rush punches and you think you're fine, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, why did I die?
It's the chip. It's that constant chip that he can put on, the constant pressure once you let him in.
And also pushing you to the corner on block. He has a lot of corner carry without getting hits. And there's also the install, which actually works very well against Catalina, because it's one of the times where he can hang back and approach from a range where she cannot throw 2M out all willy-nilly. You know, she has to respect the spacing and the timing of what he's going to do. And there's a lot of player to player in this matchup. There's a lot of, like, you know, the Catalina trying to predict when the rush punch is coming versus the Sori's trying to make it unpredictable to catch the Catalina whiffing a 2M and get that whiff punish to get the party started.
Right. And then adding on another layer, like Callisto said, they play on lunch breaks. And so it's like one of those layers where there's a lot of like player things that are gonna look a little weird at first, but because they play each other so often, they're already in the 4th, 5th level of read between them.
Yo, damn, those fists, the gems on the fist,
I don't know.
the ice on the wrist like that.
He didn't take my advice though.
Like
he was playing the color, I think it's color 8, the purple one. For Sori's, the optimal is the purple color with the tattoo fist. I will accept no argument that is not the optimal.
Not with the gems? My man's hitting you with... Nah, this one's pretty fire. All right, let's see what Callisto and Mars have learned. Learn their lunch breaks, but this is tournament. This is going to be different. What's shown here? We're at quote-unquote regionals.
Yeah, good punish.
This is good punish.
Great punish.
Bar 5M covers a lot of space for the speed of it.
Just outside that range, outside the far H range, to him range.
Yeah, like Callisto was saying, he really works well right outside that range, because that's where a nice rush punch can come in. But yeah, you have to time it right, and you could get hit by a 5H still, or a fireball. But look at the corner push, like he was just saying. Just off a block, and you're in the corner.
I love that he went for the right time to use the EX2. For the right moment to push him all the way to the back of the screen right there.
And I have to respect,
back, let it build up.
Even though I'm positive after that rush flurry, I have to kind of respect it because of the threat of EX up kick.
EX up kick, you know, spot dodge behind that. There's a little like mini game that comes with this character, and it's kind of effective at certain ranges against certain characters. Nice spot dodge right there.
So he's trying to
fireball.
He's trying to hold a pretty specific spacing here. So my goal is to get like a tip thrust and. Oh, that's a punish. And then let him whiff his far 5M. Oh my god!
What a challenge!
So I misspaced my frame trap. I did a 6-frame frame trap thinking I was far enough for him to get far 5L, but he got the close one, so it was fast enough to beat out my 5H.
Whoa, light wall
right.
for the rush punch? Okay.
Focus.
Nice empty jump here.
Trying not to retake that turn. Callisto's still challenging after those flurry rushes.
This is actually kind of a different Mars. Okay, nice defensive tactic right there. Using the buff up.
Oh, yeah, good
Save
call
the
out.
chance. Rush punch. Buff up again, but this time a throw for Callisto. Recognizing that option.
Oh, I tried to. Oh, I lost my timer too. That was actually very expensive, losing my fireball.
Use the EX rushes.
Yeah, great fortune right here for Mars.
All right, big whiff
Again,
punish.
another rush punch. And getting closer and closer to that one final hit. His super isn't good. You find that confirmed right now. At least at this amount of health, you can do it.
Yeah, and for sure at this amount of health. Oh,
no air grab. That could have been it, Mars.
I was
just a wake up.
I misjudged the spacing of the jump. I was going for an empty jump, and the dash momentum carried me a little too far forward for what I wanted. All right.
Believe in victory.
I think Cole was just about mentioned. You're seeing a different Mars, but I talk about it a lot. It's like he has a switch. Sometimes he'll just be disrespectful, and then he'll just play the next round just super patient and reserved.
Wow, that was so late. Oh, I panicked. All right, this round's not going good.
Say the least.
The chip, all that adding up, you got hit a couple times plus the chip.
All right, that wasn't his turn there because I blocked the JU.
Cat party time.
It's just going in, even with that low health, just going in. Really taking
Oh, what a
Put the mash
mash.
out.
Whoa, and a great confirm up there.
Yeah.
Great awareness from Mars, and he is on a match point now. Let's still beat him last
Come
week.
on,
So.
that was a dash. God damn it.
it's going bad in a hurry. And that's Sori's is one of those characters you start getting flustered. You know, you're getting hit by stray hits, rush punch, and it's just going bad in a hurry.
Good bait.
It adds up, and no, just
I
as
got
you
lucky
said,
there.
the DP can.
Yeah, he tried to go for the swag punish on the way down, but
You gotta finish the play. This is Catalina.
yeah, I mean it is an optimal combo, but it is significantly harder than just letting them.
Yeah, you saw the run up.
Yo, that's good.
Let that sucker rip. Oh, he wants it. He wants it right now. Hungry for it in the corner.
God
Callisto.
damn it again! What is fucking happening? All right.
Still in the game though. Yeah, run up.
But you see Marth will
Uh-oh,
take these
Shinjo's
grabs.
still there. Yeah, I've talked about it, and when he has a life lead, he will take those grabs.
Yeah.
And that's a smart thing, and what a whiff punish on the
Oh,
5
I'm
page.
extremely irritated right now. I had dash come out as neutral jump 6 fucking times. Like, I do not know what my hand is doing right now. GG's.
But you know,
That's something actually it's been happening to me a lot this week, and it used to happen to me in BlazBlue, and I'm not sure what the cause of it is, but when I go to like buffer a dash, I get like forward, up, forward. Somehow I'm doing something wrong in my input, and I get that. You saw that neutral jump L? That was me doing like trying to run up 5L like 6 times.
but sticking to the script because you go to lose.
Yeah, most likely that's going to set up myself. I think that
it
literally
does.
sets up myself
It
against
sets
Rogue
up
and losers.
you versus
yeah.
Rogue, so we're back on
Damn.
schedule. We're back to the script. You know, we kind of strayed on. We had some filler, and now we're back. We'll see that in losers later.
It's the main arc stuff right there. I've always said I like mirror matches, but we're going to be seeing Zach in the box go up on the deck again.
Right.
And let's see if we can make this run.
Yeah, I wanted to. I don't feel comfortable with Zeta Argita yet against Kilo's Grania. He just plays at a pace that I'm not comfortable with yet with those characters. So I gotta go with tried and true. I haven't been playing her, but I'm gonna tell you right here, I miss this character. After playing 2 or 3 weeks without Fairy, good lord.
Fairy players, they will all tell you the same thing. They miss the power.
But I'm powerless right here.
Yeah, this is where Grand shines. Put you in the corner. Yeah, this is all he needs. He can take a few hits from Fairy.
I'm scared he's gonna DP there.
Not a big deal for him as long as he puts your back against the wall. Ooh, he still hits the button right after the boot misses.
Oh no, my
Yes.
slam got smoked.
I love how he goes for the lows and his backs off. They don't confirm.
Okay, sick.
This is bad right here.
Oh, I didn't think
Never
he would
mind.
do it, Kilo.
You can't contain him.
Good lord. Okay. Alright.
You cannot contain Kilo. He's one of those players where, like, there's some players where you can kind of guide them along the path, you lead them to water. Kilo said, I'm going to stay thirsty. The sweep.
I'm in the corner again.
Carry. All about that corner carry. That's his game plan against Fairy. It's been working out.
Oh, I should have whipped, and I brain farted. Oh, dear lord.
Damn it, check the damage.
I died.
You died. Yeah, you died.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that
That's-
was a brisk pace of game 1.
It's like, man.
Kilo
Alright.
power walking through.
Kilo, man, he makes his boiled noodles character with a side of butter look extra tasty, extra spicy. Just his interactions with people. Next range boot, yeah, cancel the sweep with fireball. Looking for
I
something
want
to
it
jumping
close
up the heavy.
Please. Oh my god. Get off me. I was a little late on that. I still got the punish.
Knockdown.
What a challenge. Okay. I like
DP right there. Yo, Kilo. Zach in a better lead right here. A little bit more controlled.
Alright, I thought it was gonna be too far.
Damn.
Yep.
Full combo. That's the danger over
There.
jumping over GG, right? It's like, if there's the correct call out, then you're going to hold so much extra damage because of GG kind of juggling on the ground there. Wow,
Flames on
that boy is on
side.
skates.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you're a Colleen player. You can't complain about that.
So he's boots again. Oh, he tried to dash up throw. Good walk back by Zach,
Okay.
but you're still stuck in the corner with the back throw. Switch positions, trading places. Locking Kilo down.
Oh, a little too far
Nice.
behind. It's
You'll
actually
take that
it's actually
positioning.
rare that 2H can hit that far behind and still get the anti-air. So it's like not intended for Whip to work there. Oh my God, what a confirm on the air-to-air. Oh, it didn't get both hits
Wasn't
of the
killed?
super though. So Zach still living here. Gonna get one. Oh, calling out the DP and Kilo staying patient.
That's why it's so hard to fight Kilo, man. Like, you think, he's going to do one thing, he's going to do the DPs and things like that. You get the read. Something completely different comes out of that bag.
Oh, waits
What
out the
a
DP.
bait.
This is gonna hurt.
Turning on the aggression, turning on the patience when he needs to.
All right, faking the meaty 5U. Oh, that was a big sweep for
Up
Zach,
the
though.
EX.
Was able to stuff EX Fireball, so Kilo also lost the timer on top of the positioning change. And another
Nice
big
interruption, the
counter hit
boom.
for Zach. Kilo was looking for the roll, I think, was kind of holding forward on wake up there.
Okay, you have to worry about. Dodge. Nice
Counter
anti-air.
hit, a little too high.
EX.
There's,
That's for the
yeah.
game. Nice catch.
That's good awareness by Kilo, though, because if Zach would have gone for a instant overhead like JL or something, that would have been the correct escape, right?
Yeah.
That was not necessarily a wild mash. He was calling out a specific mix-up, and that would have been the correct answer to it. And Zach just kind of hung out, waited to see what he did, and was able to get the punish.
That's sweet. So ah,
It's a big bait.
Yeah, yeah.
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 And
Hey.
Kilo with the optimal punish, not holding anything back. And finds the
thinking to
JU.
Good lord. Okay.
Spot
I
dodge,
don't have
but you
time.
can't get away. You can't get away.
5U so good. Oh no.
What a return on that sweep right there. I didn't think you would do that.
God damn it.
Kilo.
I had the safe range on the boot. Zach able to get out of the corner. Spacing on the boot, really on point for Kilo.
What?
Oh my goodness. JH from the top rope.
The heavy EX.
There it is.
The trade.
Oh, good punish.
That didn't reach. That did reach. No, it didn't. You're good.
Yeah. So
Damn,
that
I really
if he
thought
was
it was close
slightly
enough.
closer, that would have been a straight up punish on the uncanceled Far 5H.
Well, interruption. I hope Kilo's starting to introduce a little bit more of the fireball game into his game plan.
Oh no,
God.
Zach tried to get
GG.
out,
Jeez.
and that's going to be it.
Yeah, it's definitely GG's right there. Yo, Kilo again. You cannot contain him, cannot control him. Unruly.
All right, so Kilo returning to the winners finals. Up next, we're going to have Marvin Pie against Mars to see who's going to be joining him there.
Yeah, we talked about them when they play often, is that Mars thinks this, despite what people who don't play Soris might think, they sees this matchup Fairy versus Soris as pretty even.
Yeah,
But
and
Marvin
we
is
get
just
to
so
see
good.
a lot of why, right? Like there's spaces that Soris can stand outside of and approach with a forward-moving attack, where most characters kind of have to choose between either or, right? Like they can either attack Fairy or they can stand outside of her range, and most characters can't do both of them in a single move, and that move is safe. Now, Mars also will, point out that Marvin's very good, right? There's a character matchup and there's a player matchup. And Marvin's a very good Fairy, and you still have to be correct against him a lot. He's going to make some very good plays, and you have to be prepared to stay solid the entire time. That is one of Mars' strong suits as well, though. It's just kind of staying mentally aware the entire time. And you
Look
can
at the
see,
range, he just doesn't play, he's just sitting there.
yeah.
And patience. Oh, try to interrupt. A little bit too late.
Marvin also kind of knows what's up, right? Like, you don't see Marvin just throwing out buttons. Like, he's being patient. And look at this. Look how close Fairy is to the wall right now. Oh. Found a big whip. He's going to get some of that space back.
He's jumping. Gets up low right there.
And it's a little
Awesome.
bit at
To
a
the
time,
EX.
but look at this. Mars has a life lead and the corner. And Marvin's going to have to find...
throw.
Ow.
He's going to have
Man, the
to
call-outs.
decide when he's going to be brave with a DP.
You can't be stuck here forever. There we go. Just a defensive match right there. That connects. Switching sides, and that's a lot of damage right there, too.
Yeah, I like it. Safe 5. Oh, I lied.
Mars. You rarely see him wake up with a super, especially a super that doesn't kill like that, so now in a better position. Just needs that one rush punch.
Yeah, he's not going to
And
have
3 if he
install
needs
now,
a
so
chip.
that's going to be big. That's exactly what I was talking about,
Yeah,
right? Like
that was nice.
last week, Marvin got himself in trouble a few times. We were playing actually casuals, like a casual room for a long time on Wednesday, and that was something that got him in trouble. Was he would walk forward there and allow Mars to just back walk out of GG. Mars able to hold it together, find the last hit though. He's up the first round.
And if there is a weakness, is once you have that life lead versus Fairy, she has to approach, and her approaches aren't amazing, but once you pop install, they become amazing, so it's a little mitigated.
Yeah, I mean,
but...
both of these have strong install supers, right? Like the kind of end game of a round can come down to both of them having some severely wild options that they're throwing at each other. Oh, big JH. Yeah, that's a very good jump in. That's going to be the round.
Wow!
Mars taking game 1.
When the character finds the damage, it hurts. Like when he finally puts everything together, obviously easier said than done. But like, you know, when Soros is able to, you know, land those hits, especially in a character that's as brittle.
Yeah,
so we're gonna see Marvin Pie gonna switch. You see,
when you hear that, you know, that Soros is not great. Sometimes it's because he doesn't have big mid-screen cash out off of straight hits, right? Where some characters can get extensions and stuff mid-screen. Like, he requires very specific hits in the corner to get his big damage, but when he finds them, the damage is absolutely there. And we don't see any change. Knowing Marvin, there might have been a color change. He's like, his fairy is like his fairy's like a mood ring, right? Like, he knows he needs to cool off a bit, so he changed to this light blue.
Find a way in. Okay, able to block in time. Both super defensive right now, just good blocks on both sides, but here we go.
Yeah, and you can see the change in Marvin, that he's going for very cautious. A lot more 2-1-4L cancels. He built meter already, though, and he's going to have these mix-ups. There's the instant overhead.
Sweet.
It's a tough spot if she just runs up, because you have to spot dodge the initial JL. If you spot dodge that JL on the way up, you can get a full punish against her. But you still need to call that out when she could just run up and do nothing and then 5H you in the face because you spot dodge. Look at the angle on the JH. Oh, no.
Punish.
Good lord.
Pick up right here.
You know, we take those
nice spot dodge.
Oh, nice.
All out right here, the EX whip.
Gonna use EX whip.
All right, this is going to be a combo off the throw.
And the great thing about this is that it gives a little bit time to try and get the cooldowns back, and he did. Wow.
Marvin storming back in game 2, evening up the count.
Explosive. You know, he's not a stranger. You know, he's been hooking up all aspects of his gameplay, but he was definitely no stranger to his offense.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was Marvin just realizing to, like, take a safer approach until he found the sure hit.
The hit, and then just go in after that. And then GBVS covered. Yeah, sweet. Very classic, love it.
Nice, and again, the cautious anti-air option, right? Like, not risking getting JH'd over her 2H again, instead just going with heavy DP.
Chip stuff coming through. Again, in the corner pushes, you guys both set. Trying to call that out, but no big deal. Yo, we're out of the corner.
Whoa.
60 miles per hour, baby.
Yeah, very. Right now, Marvin's just trying to make a pace that Soris can't really get time. Oh, that's rare, actually. Normally, that 5U wins.
Just ran out of activate. Hands to the sky.
How high did that reach? That was a Shoryuken. That wasn't a 2H.
My man was off the ground.
People are talking about how Soris doesn't have a DP. There's the evidence.
When you anti-air like that, you don't need to. You can anti-air super jump. Oh my God, Mars. Good right now, but here we go. Marvin Pie.
Defensive throw into the corner. This is scary right now.
Super scary.
Yeah, that's a very clutch DP to hit.
But you're still kind of close to the corner. Using that screen again to use keep Kiki out there.
And another spot dodge in the punish on 5U.
And that's huge because of the positioning, and now you gotta hold the mix. Oh no, you blocked high.
Okay, now Marvin's going shenanigans. Oh no, Marvin, what did you do?
Yo, Mars, where are you on today? Run the jewels. Run the jewels.
Marvin's got to be careful too. There's that command grab super hanging out. If Mars can get close.
What a sweet.
Just needs a tap or just a touch.
Oh, that was a big whip.
And yeah.
There's the JL. Would have been safe. We have match point, both players.
Yeah. All these matches have been close today.
Just constant acclamation after acclamation, adjusting. And then both of them finding like the perfect moments. But Mars is like, I feel like just coming out on top of some of these scramble situations and laying that big boy damage. Marvin, on the other hand, just find those confirms.
In the last several rounds, too, Marvin's EXDP usage has been perfect. He's hit everyone that he's attempted, and that's such a, you know, if you're wrong on her DP, you probably lost the round.
She gets this character. Mars walking back.
Yeah, wait for GG to become active. Still, look, just on block. Ferry's already back in the corner.
Push back the chip. You know, Mars able to put all this room on the screen space.
But Marvin taking some of that space back and he's slowly moving back to the corner.
I like this if you're Mars, though, because you have a life lead.
He lively in the corner now?
He has no reason to open Ferry up. All he has to do is keep from getting pinned down by GG, which he's doing a really good job of.
Yeah, and EX Whip out available. He can rush punch a little freely if GG's not out. Oh, there it is.
It's range.
And he's in.
EX.
And look at all of the work that Marvin keeps doing to get out of the corner, just instantly erased. And then Mars backs off, and he makes Marvin do it again. This is a perfect game plan, and time is starting to become an issue. That's a big sweep.
Here we go. That's big sweep because now install's coming soon. No?
Yeah, both of them have install available.
At the right time.
Right? Yeah, here it comes very soon. Oh, that's big. There's big 10 seconds left.
Huge counter hit. She's all the way back in the corner. He baited it.
Block, punish, run the jewels.
Mars moving on to winners finals.
Just incredible play to work around that clock, use that life lead, and just make Ferry come to you. And you didn't even get a chance to pop install soup.
And putting the results where his talk was on believing that Soris has a totally viable matchup against the best character in the game, right? Like that's not a claim that he's making willy-nilly. He had reasons to believe that, and he's showing why.
Look, Mars is no stranger. He played Enkidu and East and had to deal with phone-ons for V all the time, and he's played all those matches like super well, so it's kind of like an evolution of that. You can see how patient he finds those spots to take that win. So he moves on to winners finals to go up against his arch nemesis, Gran.
Luck there.
Yeah, you make it past one broken character, and congratulations, you get to play another broken character.
But before that, we're gonna go back to the loser side and the actual main arc of our anime today, Callisto vs. Rogue episode.
Yeah,
whatever,
we're gonna do it
10,000.
One Piece style. We're gonna have 6 minutes of the last episode before we show the title card. Kill some time here.
Maybe 5 minutes of the fight.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, just like One Piece, it was you had to go through the build up. You got to see all the characters, small interactions and things like that. Now you get the big fight. This is what everyone was waiting for. Cat on cat action. Who is going to talk to the manager first?
Oh, I'm coming. Well, I'm coming for the latte. Let's go.
I got my receipt in hand. Let's see who's going to get it first. Listo.
She is very
RH will cancel. She is. That's why they call her Cat. Listen, with those buds, gotta be careful. We've seen Rogue whip punish before.
Right. And I talk about this every time they play. Callisto's the one that more wants to take up the space while Rogue wants to sit back, and the positioning is in Callisto's favor because of that playstyle difference.
Yeah, I got lucky. I recognized the last hit was going to build the meter there, so I was able to use the super to maintain my timers on my specials.
The clash.
I could have cashed out DP instead, but because the super looked like it was becoming available, I was able to hold on to my DP for the situation of in case I get pinned down and need it.
And Rogue is definitely a fan of trying to use that EX thrust, hold it, to try to get that mind game.
He's looking for a jump or a spot dodge that's mistimed.
Background is Callisto. Yeah. The stock and putting Rogue in the corner. You know that's where Cat wants to be, right? And so Callisto keep on pushing to that corner, working out beautifully for him.
Oh, too far from the close 5H.
I was gonna say I love how he was working his way out of the corner right after putting himself in the corner. It's a smart thing you see from a lot of players too.
Yeah, I think that's very important
hard knockdown and jump out.
For Catalina, Gran, DJ, for the characters that have the characters that have that wall bounce, I think it's important to get the sweep when they go over your head if you do not have a kill combo.
Here's closer to the corner, just gonna walk up. And yeah, has the small life lead. I would say small because of Cat. One EX
we both did it.
Oh, EX Fireball!
I went for mine too, and he was a little early.
The duel, the Western duel. Who's gonna EX Fireball first? It's Rogue.
Yeah, he even did the walk 10 paces.
Whoa!
Jump out. I love that.
Okay.
Side switch from 2.
Oh yeah, he
This was-
sniped out the jump S. You gotta read that sometimes. Cat's gonna do it. That's unfortunate.
Get that meter build one more hit to do it.
Yeah, because
I missed my
one
super
Reversal
jump for my.
mash?
Yeah.
I missed the super jump for my safe jump.
Yeah, one confirm, gonna do it. One the express or into skybound, or even just one 2M. Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, the lockdown from this character, even when she's not pressing you in the corner with the 2M and the far H,
Exactly.
maybe less so this season, but just like staying at that range that Callisto is at all times after he gets to that low health, like not overextending.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Oh, I do
Yeah,
want to point
exactly.
out something I tried but I missed in the corner there is something I was able to figure out this week. Catalina's safe jump off of EXDP in the corner can be weird because of the extra timing it takes for them to land. If you whiff 2L right after you land and then immediately super jump, you can get a safe jump. Where all you have to do is hold up forward and then land and hit 4L if you get a grounded EXDP. Woo.
Oh,
Yeah, fortunate there because I had stuffed that prior EX thrust. He didn't have it available when he found the 2M.
Up the other corner.
Wow, where did that
Jump
hit?
you, yo!
jump
switch up.
S. Doesn't matter where it hits, it's gonna hit you.
Overhead, no counter hit, so can cash out this. Yeah, EX Fireball.
Oh, I just
Rogue
spot
giving
dodge.
something.
Callisto getting a taste of his own medicine. This distance, he's playing it. Spot dodge though. The defensive game, but you can't take 2 more hits. And there it is, Rogue with the 2M.
That's one of those things, that kind of revolving door of Catalina's options in the neutral 5C or 5H can get clipped by a waiting 2M.
Use the sway back of the medium thrust.
Yeah, one of the great things we see week in, week out is the thrust pulling
Oh,
Catalina's
baited.
hurt box back.
His timers aren't in a real good spot, so I should be okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm dead.
Oh, that's 2M.
So
yeah,
there-
you see.
Yeah, the
Go ahead.
RPS between 2M and 5H in the mirror is really interesting because, like, 5H can whiff punish 2M much more reliably than 2M can whiff punish 2M, which is really weird. There's like very specific RPSs, and then sometimes 5M will go ahead and like whiff punish both 2M and 5H.
It's not only a normal thing, it's a timing thing. If the Catalina's waiting a lot, if you're whipping 5H, you get hit by the 2Ms, wait 2Ms. Yeah. Very interesting. Anyways, some people may be boring, but man, if you really pay close attention on what the timing is on their 5Hs, their 2Ms, what they're doing, it's really, really interesting.
All right,
And there's
doesn't
other
want to
options
overpressure
that are mixed
anymore.
in between them. You know,
Exactly,
the
the
fireballs and things
fireballs,
like that. Yeah, the thrust,
Thrust?
the spacing.
Yeah, the thrust adds another dimension too, because
2M
it pulls
beat
it
my
back. But
sweep.
Oh, you just called it too. That conversion right there. Put the chase down.
still the god. Oh, went
Wow,
all the
what
way
a
full send.
punish!
On the overhead. Unfortunate. Rogue taking that one.
Callisto went full send, trying to run up overhead. Rogue was already jumping. Great punish and awareness from Rogue and his unmatched point. A 5H.
Bro, that far 5H, man, still great.
Yeah.
When you
Staying
land
right
it, it's still gonna
outside
hurt.
Right outside 2M range, but it's crazy fast.
So putting him in the corner here.
Oh, unfortunate. It's gonna have the Fireball Skybound.
This is gonna be. He's alive.
Really?
Yeah.
No cat permanent here? Speak to the manager? Oh, wow, you're right.
Oh no. Still got one more person on the line. Can't just go up there like that. Still gotta wait, but there's the EX thrust.
Privilege
There we
means you
go.
don't wait for that person.
When you see the EX thrust come through, that was a receipt right there. I got my receipt, bro. I brought that with me.
Man, I don't
That
wanna
means I get to be
Star
in the
Wars.
front. Tied up here. Hope with the thrust. Back walking with some of these buttons too.
The corner.
Yeah, that was good spacing. He had the tip range, so I didn't want to mess with pushing a button and getting DP'd.
Like how Callisto's just walking a little bit out. Nicely done!
The whip punch to him.
When you do give somebody space like that, that gives them free reign to walk a little, and now reversal fortune.
Just too far.
5H confirmed.
Overhead. You're not close, so you can't be doing that. But Rogue gets a jump over the pickup. It's fireball. Overhead connects on a counter hit.
The counter hit.
Let's walk it back.
Didn't walk forward. Oh!
The dash up light.
My breath is being held.
Bro, man like Callisto, if he can make this, max distance on the sweep, EX fireball knockdown. Anybody's game
Did it bait it?
I thought I was on time. I was a little late. So that is actually an easy super to whiff a 5L2 and be safe, but I was a little bit late. GG's.
Oh, GG's. Man, all these sets today have been close. And we do have an update. Marvin and Seth did decide to play off stream, and Seth 1-2-0. So he's Seth moves on to losers semis, which means, are we gonna run the other losers quarter? Me versus Rogue? I guess so.
Yeah, should be next up.
Okay. Yeah. So typically we'd go to the other losers quarters, but I guess maybe timing thing, or they wanted to move it along and play their match off stream. And Seth won 2-0. I wonder how that went, because we talked about Marvin, a very strong fairy player, and Seth playing Ladiva just unfortunately has a really tough match against that, and he won 2-0. I mean, we saw just one hit can make a deal, and you got to make a ton of reads, but still make it happen even in a tough matchup. So I guess Seth to move on to lose semis. Gonna play the winner of me versus Rogue, which I believe we will play now.
Seth apologizing in the chat. I see you. Sorry, y'all forgot the notification. He just wanted to run his, the cheater games with Ladiva. Keep the tech off the stream.
Yeah, for sure. There was something, right? Like it's the one guy in Bleach who won't show his Bankai because it's too ugly, right? He had to wait for the be enclosed in the in the blackout
where
room.
No eyes can see me. Hard to cheat in an 8-2 matchup? Well, you can when you're a grappler. I'm just kidding. Ladiva, it's a straight little diva. You find you're on a game plan. It don't matter who you are, you get mixed.
All right, Rogue taking a quick water break. He'll be back in a moment to set up our next match. While we're waiting, just a reminder, you can hit up the Matcherino at matcherino.com/T/SSSO080120 GBVS. You can use that same code to put 50 cents into the pot for free. Just go to contribute, and where it says coupon code, pop that in. If you want to support the tournament directly, you can hit up teespring.com/the-waifu-dome. Pick up shirts, phone cases, hoodies, and more with the official art from Quasimodo X. And if you want to follow us on social, you can hit us up at the Waifu Dome or my other channels you can see there to keep up to date with what's going on with SSS. So, looks like getting set up for the next match. Again, it's going to be Zach in a Box and Rogue in losers quarters.
All right.
We have a week where I don't accidentally get floated to loser semis, so I can finally claim again that I run a fair tournament that is in no way rigged.
That was the tech, huh? You gotta have 1 week off. So it's just like nobody gets suspicious, but we're still.
I find
so often.
Like, I'm only borderline salty because I've actually been like really cooking this week, and then I went 0-2 in the actual tournament that I entered. All right, good use of the EX Fireball. So for Zeta, her laser will smash any single hit fireball in the game. It just instantly goes through them and hits the other person. But it is only one hit, so an EX Fireball will go through the laser. Like, the first hit will trade with the laser, and then it'll punish Zeta and knock her down. So you sort of trade knockdowns, but get a little bit of advantage.
Ow, it's still deep, huh? Oh my god, I thought I got hit.
Fireball gets the knockdown, but the mash can complete the combo. No wait for them buttons, just wait for something, wait for a confirm.
Oh, wow.
But unconfirmed is coming is from Rogue.
And again, using the super here makes it so that he gains back a bit of his timers, and he's going to be in a better position here. All he really needs is any touch. Zach trying to use the 2M. That's very dangerous against Catalina, but
Oh!
Zach finds the
Punish
whip
with the
punish.
2H. All right, all right. I see the Zeta. I see the Zeta out here. Nice spot dodge. Leading the time is a rope.
Oh wow, it's not that.
Yeah, 2H. Cat 2H, I think the fastest 2H in the game, actually. Not a move to be trifled with. In general, in this matchup, what you're seeing here is the characters with straight up the 2 best anti-airs in the game. Zeta, of course, hers covers like the entire damn screen and always gets a full combo, even if it's not a counter hit. Where Catalina, 9 frames, covers great space on top and behind her, and can light wall cancel to be safe and get gigantic counter hit combos. Rogue finding these jump outs for the throw, but he's hitting his JU just a tiny bit early, so he's not able to land in combo.
Just not deep enough.
Yeah.
Zach's stuck in the corner with punish.
Oh, missed the 5M.
Drops, man.
Oh, gets him
overhead
though.
connects.
That's going to be this round. It is something that is like, for how much stuff is super execution friendly in this game, comboing off of jump-ins is really tight. There is not a lot of hit stun on non-counter hit jump-ins, even the heavy ones. So a lot of times you'll hit a jump-in and not really land with enough time to combo from it. There's the anti-air, and didn't get the second one because of the weird spacing there.
Unfortunately, put himself in the corner, and I got to find a way out. I mean, she does have first on the thrust, and he goes for it during the clash.
Something I want to point out that Zach and I recognized last week when we were playing casuals is that if the 2Ms clash, pretty much anything Catalina can do there loses to Zeta doing the EX forward thrust. Like, Cat, she has to DP, basically. Like, that's your option. That's big punish.
So, Rogue.
Animation kill me?
I don't think you're dead, but he's still in a really good position with EX Fireball available. Okay.
No.
All right.
Damn.
Cat damage.
No. Yeah, he's
It was also, it was really good awareness of, so he could have done 5H into EX Fireball there, but because he didn't have EX Thrust, he wouldn't have been able to get the full corner extension, so he just went directly into Super Skybound. All right, big whip
those
punish.
buttons, Rogue.
Bar 5H, baits out the DP.
The desperation from Rogue. Unfortunately, eating all this damage to this character in the corner.
And the hard knockdown into the pogos.
That's the mix-up right after.
Oh, God. Missed one.
Gets return.
Oh, what a match by Zach.
Look at the damn thing here. EX thrust.
What a jump. That's like the 3rd time we've done that. Oh, okay. Nice.
Space it out,
the
nice.
Fireball, but the 2M reaches. It's a really weird situation. Yeah, it's a weird situation for Cat because even though she's +2 there, she's not in a good position to challenge. She has to wait and whip punish Zeta trying to take a turn after. All right. He's not going to get the animation, but still good chunk of damage here. And he has all of his EXs coming back up. It's a good situation for Rogue, but a little too close. Got the thrust punished. Good block.
Those cards to work with, but it doesn't matter. The 2M. So good. Yo, Rogue's been really good about like just checking walkbacks and Zach. Tried to do the fade away, but no go. Rogue locking him down with the buttons, and that's the good thing about Cap. But yo, whip punish on the 2M. Just like talked about how blessed that button is. Zach with the awareness. The corner carry to the EX. The pokos and cheat stuff in the corner. Sweep hard knockdown. One more guess for the game. Good DP.
Oh, that's bad. Whew. Sweat.
All right, Zach evening up the games.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the progress of this Zeta. Nice bait on the 2H, but unfortunately Rogue in a better position to punish that on the way down. But super aware of Rogue's timing. He's all on the 2-in. And having the right buttons to punish. How can anyone say that this character is not good? Spot touch against the EX thrust there. The awareness from Rogue right now. Got to put it more together though. You see Rogue a little bit more pensive about throwing out buttons to far H and the 2M. Both of them can be whip punished by Zeta. So he uses fireball. Gotta be careful what you throw out here.
I got it.
Pick up. Oh, he dropped.
You missed a button somewhere in there. This is a big punish. Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Then it was on the plate, just slid right off the table. Zach, good punish with the jumping right there, holding out the fireball. Catches him running in. Bro, getting a little bit too desperate, a little bit too spotty right here.
All right, he's gonna get the sweep.
One more.
Didn't get.
I missed it.
Yeah, he missed the sweep, but because it was an EX move that did the float, it was still a hard knockdown. It worked out. All right, Zach,
nice.
going for the counter. Good patience from Rogue. Big anti-air. Yeah. That was.
Oh, wake up super. I think that worked. No, what? Punish.
That was really good recognition on that counter hit anti-air by Rogue. He went forward and he got the close 5H, and Zeta was very high up above Cat. At that height, regular super would have whiffed, and pretty much all her specials other than DP also would have whiffed. So it was really good recognition of just taking the air combo and resetting the situation.
Rogue introducing more of the fireball game also in this matchup, because we've seen a little bit more of the oh man, the fadeaway. This is a full combo.
Zach went for the frame trap.
Stuff.
That was pretty gutsy.
Wow.
All right, Rogue DPing to maintain the corner positioning.
Below. Get a full pickup right there. No big deal. He will get one off this fireball.
This is going to get the animation. She's not dead, but this is going to leave her at a pixel.
Russell, you said this before.
Oh, Jesus.
You said this before, Callisto.
Does Zeta have low health? What?
GG's.
Rogue's cheating. That wouldn't have killed if that was me.
He dialed out the game.
That's hacks. That's hacks.
I died.
He had the code breaker on, put the numbers in. See you, Rogue.
So Seth, unfortunately, I believe, had to drop out from losers after beating Marvin Pie. So by beating me, more importantly than taking this week's episode, Rogue also inherited my float around after winning in losers that I've had the last couple weeks. So.
That really is anime. Inherited your power.
Yeah, for sure.
It.
Yeah, my he learned my technique. So before that, though,
we take those.
Before that, we're going to have our winners finals, which is going to be Kilo and Mars in a 3 out of 5 set. Waiting on Mars to wake back up in the room here.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is
Sorry's just having a squat in the corner, thinking about things.
I mean, for as good, obviously Gran is a fantastic character. But there's a big mental block with this character with Mars. You know, the word hate has been thrown around that Mars hates this character. So we'll see how it goes.
I wonder why. I wonder what could possibly give him such ill will. You know, what on Gran? Is it the boot, the ridiculous projectiles, the ridiculous damage, 70% if you get touched, clipped, or hit? Well, let's see, Mars. You know, that hate might have powered him up, man. That may have given him the show and power up.
Using that medium fireball and then immediately going to boot. That's a great round start to get that boot spacing.
Yeah, this is still a rough matchup. A lot of it based on the fact that Soryus does not have a fireball. Like Gran has some fat, right? He has some punishable stuff, but you still have to kind of slow cook the match so it rises to the top. You gotta get him to do like an uncanceled sweep or a bad jump or something. But when you don't have projectile, it can be much harder to make Gran want to approach you in a riskier way.
Ouch.
RH. Mars fight had to do something, but nah, man, Kilo's pressure is too much. Kilo's in the microwave instead of the slow cook.
Yeah,
he's just like, I want it done in 1 minute.
There's the sweep. It's a block string that without super, Stories can't do a lot about the sweep into Fireball. He might be able to squeeze a 5U in there, but the gap might be too small depending on the spacing.
Setting up the heat right now, looking a little more aggressive, but Kilo keeping it hot too.
Yeah, it's been just straight hit, but you know.
That's what I'm talking about,
hit.
right? You just have to wait for the one jump and then make sure you get it. And nice, good recognition that Kilo was trying to push his advantage. And that EX up kick is an absurdly good tool. It is, I believe, 6-frame startup. It is a heavy in terms of priority, so it crushes most normals. It's only -7 at a space that most characters can't punish, and on whiff, it's like +5 on whiff. Like, you're not going to punish it on whiff.
Constant 2L pressure right here, backing off. Kilo, for once in his life, just backing off.
Oh.
It's time to call out.
Back throw for positioning.
throw.
This can be a good start. Did he bait out the super? Yes, he did. He's going to get a big
Spot
punish here.
dodge.
Oh, too far.
Dropped a little bit of it. Leave Kilo alive like this. Ooh. With all those resources, too. And the corner push, coast to coast. EX boot to do it.
And
Damn.
that's just one, like, the minor differences in tools available in that, like, if that was Gran at that space and he got a Fireball, 5H would have hit, right? Like, like Gran is going to finish that combo. Jita's going to finish that combo. Catalina's going to finish that combo. Like, that, when you hear that Stories is, you know, lower tier, it's not that he's a trash character. It's just those minor differences of being able to cash things out that other characters have available to them.
My God, Kilo is just abusing boot and 5U because right now, yeah, that's a space that Stories has to occupy, right, with rush punches. But 5U and boot are just defeating all of his options.
And both of
He's
those
rotating the Mars getting picked up.
Both of those options, if you're Kilo, both of those things are ones where if you get stuffed, sure, you're going to take some damage. If you get the counter hit, you won the round, right? Like, that's in this positioning from beyond half screen, if either of those tools counter hit, you won. Oh, combo limit.
Wow, unless it didn't connect.
Yeah, Chip's
He's
still
so
an
close
issue.
to Chip, and there it is.
Game 2.
So you can see the pace.
Going to Kilo.
It's see that pace that Kilo is able to command with just abusing boot, abusing 5U. Just like puts everything together. Okay, that's an option.
Let's cancel. Off the sweep. Getting the pushback. And now you see him working around that unique right there, the buff up to say it with your chest.
Because yeah, you have to find something here to stop him from booting so much.
Even if it doesn't work, you got to put in his mind that you have this option, but at the same time, Kilo may just not care. He's going to run his game plan. Overhead connects.
And bad in a hurry.
Oh,
okay?
match point right now.
Okay,
running the train.
All right, here's a bait.
Hey, big
This
bait.
time he's definitely close enough to get the combo. Reset into the overhead. I think he was
I would
maybe going
imagine-
for
Out of
the...
there?
Yeah, he maybe was trying to time the meaty overhead that can...
Combo
that can combo, yeah.
I think it was just played, but
baited.
yeah,
All right,
DP
Kilo
baited.
being really aggressive, trying to close out the set.
You know, I feel like Kilo will do that, right? So far ahead in the set, he'll play a little loose. He's not afraid to. But yeah, sometimes that can give the opponent a way back in. You know.
You don't want to. I feel like with Mars, like you don't want to leave him alive for too long, right? At some eventual point, you're powering up a little too much. You've left him alive. You said, "I don't want to fight you till you're stronger." Nah, don't do that. He's going to come back more powerful. The fadeaway gets blocked with a dash up throw. Does not.
Good block on the overhead.
Good blocks. Mars staying solid, putting the arms up.
Waiting out the options. Nice patience by Mars here. Let out the EX up kick to call out Kilo trying to run back in. Yeah, Kilo
Mars
just backing up to that
out of just
optimal
yet.
spacing. And Boot
More hit.
is probably the same, if not slightly faster than Rush Punch. So Kilo backing up and letting it rip. Like, for him, he's just saying, like, go ahead, you try your forward moving move, and let's see who gets counter hit. Like,
And if I counter hit you near the corner, you just died. Let's play. Good stuff to Kilo though. Really seems like fleshed out the options Gran has in that matchup. And, you're abusing that. It's gonna happen.
all right, so with Seth Series having to drop out, that's going to push Rogue to losers finals. So Mars is going to stay put, and we're going to have Rogue up against Mars in a 3 out of 5 set to determine who gets to go on and face Kilo in grand finals.
Yeah, good stuff to Rogue. I'm pretty sure this is his first top 3. So, stuff. We see very solid Catalina play.
Alrighty. Gonna get into it. Mars, I feel, has done a really good job kind of running the gamut of playing bad matchups, but that doesn't change the fact that he's had to fight bad matchups in every single match he's played today.
Well, I mean, he thinks Fairy's 5-5, so
yeah,
not a bad matchup.
I'm sorry, he's had to fight strong characters. That's a better way to put it. He's had to fight very strong characters every single time.
Everybody's strong in this game.
But see, the thing is with Soares, okay. Soares versus Gran is like, with Soares you gotta cross your T's and dot your I's. With Grant, you just scribble and it's okay. You still get an A.
Yeah, Gran just crosses all the letters. And the teacher's like, and then points a gun at the teacher, and the teacher's like, great job, enjoy college.
Yeah. Move on through. Fill all the holes. Yes, they're all correct. Good job. Good job.
But Senkolo was not trolling there. There are a lot of strong characters in this game. The lowest tier in this game will absolutely smoke you if you do not know exactly how they work. Evidence yesterday, we had a casual room with myself, T-Bola, and Kid Viper, and T-Bola like terrorized us with low aim. Like I got a round, I think, maybe 2 rounds, which was the first time I've ever gotten a round off T-Bola.
But yeah, Mars, no stranger to having to fight strong characters in any game. Played Endeku in youth.
Yeah, this is something that can be a bit of a danger, though. Having to fight 2 people who play the same character differently in the same bracket, right? Like, Mars and I do play a lot. Him and Rogue do not play a lot, so he's going to have to adjust on the fly to the differences in Rogue's game plan. With that, he does have a 3 out of 5 set to make those adjustments in, though. There's a lot of time. Nice punish on the spot dodge.
Oh, didn't get the wall bounce. No, not privileged enough, I guess.
And that's something that's actually, post-patch, it's one of the few weaknesses of Catalina is that spot dodge is really hard for her to punish compared to how it used to be in Season 1, when she had like hella active frames on her far 5H, and she had very fast recovery on her close 5L. If you spot dodged in her face, she used to be able to just mash 5L to punish, and if you spot dodge far away, she could just lay far 5H on top of you and punish it as you recovered. Both of those options aren't really there. You have to manually time the punish now. All right, just trying to put up that wall, the 2M into 5H, trying to call out Mars, looking, seeing that the 2M whiffed and thinking, hey, it's my turn, and maybe walk forward into a 5H.
His spot dodges, his rolls have been on point.
Yeah, he's really navigating these thrusts, these,
that's a punish.
Fireballs really, really well. Oh.
Delay works out in Mars' favor.
And right now, if you're Mars, like, being at mid-screen is totally fine. As long as you're not cornered, you're in good position.
You see that when he plays against Fairy, too. It's just like he's willing
That's
to
a combo.
just
Yes.
mid-screen. Yeah.
Because she was crouching, he was able to get the extension with the EX up kick and finish off the health bar there.
Right. We did move forward to Leaders Finals, so this is a 3 out of 5 set, like I mentioned earlier. Oh.
Mars doing a good job of, that's sort of how you have to approach if Soares isn't coming at you with Rush Punch. You have to keep constantly claiming small amounts of real estate, right? Like you just have to micro dash 2M, micro dash 2M, and Mars with a clutch jump out to look. He made Rogue work for 20 seconds to put him in the corner, and then he just got the side switch, and he's like, "Thanks for giving me the corner, buddy."
Work smarter, not harder. Oh,
2H.
Wow. And you know what? We talked about it. When Mars has a life lead,
this is big
he
bait.
throws, but I lied.
And he did a single hit 5H straight into it. This is going to be like 5.5 because there's no guts yet, having kicked in yet. Mars is going to lose like legit 55% for this.
Jeez,
look at the red.
You're right.
And because
out
all
here.
those timers were up, he still has them available. Spot dodge, nice.
He's using the freeze frame right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
EX Rush Punch coming through.
That install, as much as we can have jokes that the install super is pretty whack, because it is, it's a pretty bad super, the actual install itself is very strong against Catalina because it completely changes the speed at which Soris can approach, and the risk of Catalina throwing out buttons increases greatly. There's...
Whoa. As a far H, yeah.
Yeah, missed his
The
5M.
pick that he wanted. We've seen that happen throughout this tournament. Another fortunate, a little bit too precocious with that EX. Getting too much bar. Couldn't spot all those rush punches. The multi-hits, now allowing for that to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Rogue also occasionally plays on PS4. That is one of the risks of multi-platform playing online is the timing being a couple frames off can definitely change whether or not you're hitting your 5M off the wall bounce there. Looks like he's just a little early with the button. Nice run-up stagger. This is going to be really close. He's not in install, so he's not going to get that defense bonus. I think this is dead.
I mean, you said that. You said, but the opposite last time. Let's see if it's different. Yep.
Yeah, I have no idea how Catalina works. Just don't listen to him.
It's so hard to call, but you know, one more hit. The neutral jump. Everything. All he needed was that final hit, but then that's the difference. Is on the other side, you're bleeding too. You want to finish it off quick. Mars took advantage.
It was a really tough situation to react to on the fly, but there's very little recovery on EX Fireball for Catalina. He could have actually just micro-dashed into like a 5M or a 2M and gotten the air unblockable to finish that off, but that's such a heads up. Like, you have to be prepared for that situation of coming down on top of the EX Fireball that does not happen very often.
A lot of straight hits with his rush punches. Now Mars slowly mushing the corner. Yeah, you see one block rush punch. He pushes so far.
Big 2H.
2H.
A little too high to get
from there.
Yeah, she was at a very weird height to get a full combo there. So it was actually good by Mars to not overcommit on throwing something out that whiffed.
Rush punch coming through.
Nice. Good use of the 5U. And that's a really heads-up play by Mars in that you don't have to anti-everything with 2H, right? Instead of risking, especially against a jump-in like Catalina JU, that it's a very strong air normal, instead of risking that, he just uses the 5U to claim some frames.
That's the big thing that Rogue hasn't, he hasn't empty jump thrown to try and bait that out yet.
Oh, a little too early on the
throw. Just I said that.
I got one of my own. Mars got him in the corner here.
Yeah, there's a couple
low health. It doesn't matter.
There's a couple frames of throw protection when characters get up, so you do have to delay your throw just a tiny bit.
The X this time.
And Mars, even though, I was about to say because he had the positioning, he was willing to play patient, but 2M.
Like confirm, right there, so you can get the Hidoshi off. Return of the trench coat.
No anti-air.
Jump again.
Confirm.
That's a
Mars
huge
going
he's dead. Yeah, that's dead.
The Raging Dead? Not enough, is it?
I mean, this does not do a lot of damage. Okay.
But this is the finish, finally. We see it happen. We've seen it drop on so many streams, but this is a great finish for Mars as he moves to Grand.
Yeah, it's a big difference to get the auto combo as opposed to trying to like one-hit confirm that off of a button that's slightly spaced out. The forward movement of auto combos do make that super land consistently because that's why we call it a bad super, right? It has no invuln and it has junk range. For a command grab, it has like very terrible range. So I wouldn't say that it's bad in terms of like the mix-up because if you get it out and they didn't commit to something, you got them, but it just doesn't combo consistently in a lot of places. All right, so Kilo going to be stepping back up from the winner side. Mars coming into loser side. I want to say we've seen this before. Mars did get second in a prior SSSO. I believe that was also against Kilo. And of course, Kilo taking winners finals. We'll see what Mars can do, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of being patient and, hoping that Kilo makes a mistake that you're ready to punish optimally.
Yeah, and it's hard because, Kilo was abusing abusing 5U and is really trying to find an answer to that on the ground right now.
Yeah, and we talked
Stories.
about a little earlier about kind of formulating game plans and modifying them as needed, right? There's always going to be some things that your character does really well that don't necessarily work well in specific matchups, and sometimes you just got to throw those moves away and just use the move that's good in the matchup, right? Like if you have, you know, there's some matchups for like Fairy where like characters have a very hard time dealing with her sweep, so why would you do anything other than sweep? Yeah, like if they can deal with your other options, which Soris can deal with a lot of options. Oh, actually, so we're going to see a Ladonna.
I was expecting this. I was expecting this because Winners Finals was definitely a wash. That was really hard. And you know what? If you do capitalize on one mistake, Ladiva is definitely going to punish it way more. You could win the round with one mistake, whereas Soris, you know, you don't get quite the type of mix-ups that Ladiva gets. So we'll see how it goes.
And both of them, in terms of getting out of pressure, they generally have the same issues, right? They're not going to... Soris is not going to be able to mash in a lot of spots that Ladiva can't, and Ladiva does have the option of a wake-up super for like 50%.
But of course, Kilo is no stranger to match. He's played a bunch of Ladivas for months now, and one of those big things is his Fireball and the 5U. He has charged 5U immediately, and that 5U is dangerous right now.
Exactly. So something we learned that neither Kilo and I really knew was that if it's fully charged, not only is it invuln, I believe it wall bounces even on regular hit. He doesn't even need the counter hit for the wall bounce here. Right now, any special cancel is extremely dangerous for Mars, because he can just 5U straight through it as soon as he sees yellow.
You know what the funny thing is? I feel like Kilo is okay with taking it.
Yeah,
no more Skybound.
So you can throw the fireballs all you want?
Exactly.
Like,
More importantly, there's no super Skybound, so he's free to run his Oki without risking eating 50% for a grab super.
Mars, you have to recognize that early in the round. Maybe wait a little bit longer, but the pressure was on.
Trying to play that mind game where he cancels it.
That's dirty right there. The charge up, gets it to H.
Oh no, oh dear. And yeah, he's at a perfect spacing to just charge this. Mars is scared, he let him do it.
Yeah,
Mars not willing to just get out of this corner because you don't want to get put back in with it with a boot to the face.
Oh, what a
rage! Look at the spacing. Yo, Kilo.
He's very in control right now.
Kilo doing a really good job of not necessarily using the strong, like the big damage thing. He's using the threat of them to keep Mars from, forcing his way inward. Mars is going to get the hard knockdown, though. It's going to be a start.
One hit, we know.
Looking for the DP, and he didn't let it go.
That's like the second layer. He was waiting for DP. Kilo did it. Oh!
Woo! Nice punish.
Yeah, that was a good punish.
Great punish.
Only one hit and on the EXDP like that.
So this is the problem with this long animation, though. Look at Grand's DP timer. For most...
Right back. Wake up to H!
For most cinematic supers, recast timers are actually paused during the cinematic. That grab specifically, the opponent's timers and your own, so like there are some merits to it, but the timers come back during it. So even though he baited and punished a DP, by the time that super was over, the DP was back and he had to respect it again.
Man, missed the DP to get the full punish right there. Kilo getting the return, getting the X boot, two-way. Yeah, unique and a DP finisher right there, stock up.
And again, just faking the 5U, like, and Mars knows what the danger of that is. He knows if he gets counter hit, that's 6K. DP's the
right
gap.
Good the needle.
Okay.
Fall up on the X though. Mars.
Able to get out of the corner, and the life totals aren't that different right now. And this is actually going to give Mars the life lead.
And then we'll see what the mix-up is afterwards. Right.
Yeah, respecting the options here. Kilo trying to get another invuln 5U.
The dash up grab gets a 2L.
Oh no, I think that was supposed to be. Yeah, I think that was supposed to be either Skybound or EX boot, and just a little bit of a missed input there, costing the round. Mars living.
And that's as a grappler player, you take those, you have to. And you capitalize off of the opponent's mistakes. And hey, that could bring some life into Mars right now. But you have the corner fireballs again.
All right, nice
Oh,
roll.
true.
Something Mars
Okay.
isn't doing that I would kind of like to see him try is using the guard button to try to instant block some of those fireballs. Even though you only get meter for it, you do get a good chunk of meter, and that meter is what specifically is going to keep Gran from being able to throw more fireballs.
Yeah, but man, that's what he's been fishing for too when he charges 5U. Is just like a normal, like 5H into 5U. Such a good confirm. Oh, here we go. We're going to the corner. Welcome back.
Stock up. It's my touch again. Kilo with the defense. And again, the corner play super strong. Not switching up his options.
I think the challenge is he's been really keying in on the EX headbutt.
Oh, that was a big
Wow!
counter hit.
Didn't
Giving
even.
enough meter it is. God damn.
That was so clutch because if that lariat, if that was a frame later, that lariat was going to counter hit into a chunk of corner carry and a hard knockdown. Kilo with the big 5H.
Mars. Yeah.
Deliberating. This is hard.
Either
'cause, like,
or, like, yeah. Either way you go, it's just been looking for answers. It sucks.
I mean, even though he's been cleaned up by Gran before, I still want to see the source. I think that'd be a better option, but now he's locked and loaded. This could be the final match. Kilo, one away from winning.
Just need
Waifu.
one sweep and 3 or 4 right guesses. Bring you back in. So Mars is gonna bank on.
There we go. He has to start with the TP and put him right back away. You work all
big
this time.
5H.
You work so hard to get away, and he just corners you. The boot, the punishes.
With boot. Oh yeah, I mean he's gonna take his risk reward with the sweep. Oh, here it comes. Oh no, you got hit by it.
All right. Mars kind of saved by the fact that Kilo was just short of the super. Empty jump into EX, not EX, into SPD super.
Saw a lot of respect post Super Skybound last time. We'll see what happens here. Mars gonna take some more advantage.
What
The lariat got the guard break and waited out the T. Oh no, but he missed the punch.
Oh, fortunate.
Gran, yeah, you can't. You have to sort of punish when he's in the air. I mean, for most of the Shotos in the game, you have to punish their DPs relatively early. But even then, he could have done just like an SP, like a one-button SPD or something.
I mean, he was just late. He even tried 5L, but okay. You know, Mars, not the one to get too rattled.
Punish though on the sweep. Gotta be careful with those. We saw it before.
Okay.
You know, the sweep's a danger. Kilo waiting it out. Getting the confirm. Dash up overhead. Oh, this is big boy damage right here. This is a ton,
yeah,
and you're done. Looks like Kilo is the winner of this week's Waifu Dome
Welcome back
with
to
the most
throne.
hated of characters, man.
Yeah. Not very, but. Yeah. Good stuff, Tequila.
You're just thinking that one.
Zach is keeping these Kilo videos to build the portfolio to send over to Arxis. Like, don't nerf Fairy, nerf Gran. Gran's the problem.
Yeah, but good stuff, Tequila, showing the strength. And Mars for getting second, back in second again.
Yeah, real strong
Always
showing.
patient, strong.
Real strong showing from everyone. A lot of people putting in work today.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the sets were great today.
And we'll be back, next Saturday. Same thing going on. We're going to have Granblue Fantasy Versus at 1 p.m. The tournament is open to anyone in the Midwest. We're not currently looking to open up to the East Coast just yet. I know a lot of people have been asking. Keep in mind, this is essentially a Chicago local, and we're trying to prioritize connections for the Chicago players and the Midwest players over everyone else. So not that we're like hard committed to never add in further states, but currently it's going to be a Midwest tournament. So that is going to be all we have for today. If you liked Kilo's play, I would like to remind you that you can hit up the Matcherino at matcherino.com/T/SSSO080120 GBVS. Even if you don't want to put any of your own cash in there, you can throw them 50 cents for free with the coupon code that you see there. And if you want to support the tournaments directly, you can hit up teespring.com/the-waifu-dome. Parts of those proceeds go to helping me fund the equipment and more that goes into making these tournaments a thing. And if you want to follow along on social to keep up to date on what we're running when, you can hit us at the Waifu Dome on Twitter, and you can see the YouTube there to catch up on the archives of past tournaments. And with that, I want to give a thank you to Zach in a Box St. Cola for helping me out, holding things down again. Anything you want to add in today, guys?
Play Granblue.
Just as he said, play Granblue, get ready for the ARC Revo tour,
Yes.
and you'll keep coming through every single week so we can see someone take down Kilo.
All right. Well, that's all we have for today. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Later.